Okay, guys, welcome to another episode of the Daily Bread. Today, obviously, it's insecure. We gotta collab with somebody, and what a better way to collab with the person who put me on insecure, who is like, girl, I'm gonna need you to watch Insecure. Guys, I have a very, very, very good friend of mine, childhood friend. We went to primary school together. That's how childhood I mean. We have Shveta in the building.
Hey!
Welcome, girl. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm good, girl. It's not as cold outside, which is always great because wow, Cape Town weather is crazy. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. And in true style of being fans of Insecure, what better way than to have a wine down? Shveta, can you please raise your wine? Yes! Cheers, Miguel! So obviously,
We're savoring every single drop. We're savoring.
At the time of this recording, alcohol was banned in South Africa. So yeah, I'm on my last bit of alcoholic beverage, girl.
I'm on my last bottle, and I went into Spa, and they had a whole display of sugar, pineapple, and brewer's yeast. They were ready for this.
So. They were ready. So we're just savoring our wine because we had to have this episode. So girl, as we talk through the episode, sip your wines. Don't be afraid. Thank you. Cheers, my girl. Okay. So first things first, you're the one who put me onto Insecure. You did it for a reason. What was the reason? What are your thoughts on Insecure, baby girl?
It is my favorite. It is my most favorite series ever of modern day life.
Cheers, girl.
Ever. But we still have to get onto Fleabag because I believe, yes, they're the same kind of personalities, the same kind of issues. It's amazing.
All right.
But yeah, Insecure has been the most amazing series I have watched as an adult.
Why? What's so amazing about it, girl?
I think it's just the relevance of it, hearing the kind of music, for one. It's right up my alley. I love the music. It's just the relevance of being lost in your 20s and even late 20s.
Listen, 20s are the ghetto. Welcome to the ghetto. Late 20s even.
It's the worst. You know, like when you're watching Insecure and you see Issa doing like stupid things and you're like, I can't judge you though. I really like, it's questionable, but actually she's onto something. So for me, Insecure is just like, it's holding up a mirror. And I mean, like you may not do every single mistake that she has made, or you may not like behave the same way she does. You're not as awkward, but there's always something in there that draws you back, that makes you think, what would I have done? What would have happened? And had the tables turned. So it just like the relevance of it for our age, our generation is tremendous.
Absolutely. And I think that, did you watch Awkward Black Girl?
Yes.
Of course. And I just think like for me, just seeing it from Awkward Black Girl to what it is now, I'm just like, I'm in love. And the cinematography, listen, especially like season 1 was okay. But once season 2 and 3 and 4 came in, I was like,
it was amazing.
No, it was the best. It was the best.
Was amazing.
It was the best. No, but now you jumped the gun because I was going to ask you, which is your favorite season? I'm guessing it's season 4,
actually,
right?
It's actually season 1. It's season 1. I'm still OG, yes.
Why?
Season 1, like, it's so hard as a writer to write something that's going to get people going from season 1.
Okay.
So
First of all,
I just
guys,
appreciate season 1.
sorry to cut you off. Guys, we have a writer in the building. Miguel is in the industry, so she knows what she's talking about. Okay, take us through it, writer. Take us through.
No, it's just, I think like after the first season, everyone holds a candle up to that and says like season 2 is going to fail because season 1 was so great. But then with Issa, it was just consistency. Consistency is key. And if you're able to create characters that people relate to and characters that are just so strong and flawed, you're going to get people interested in your series. So season 1 for me has to be the best because of knowing the amount of work that it took to create scenarios and characters that can live on forever. I mean, imagine if you're in your 60s and Insecure season whatever comes out. You're still going to be like, I wonder what Issa's up to. But I know that it's not going to live for that long, but it's just the memory of capturing the people, the place, the culture is something so hard.
That's one thing I was saying, like in my previous episode, is just the culture of, LA and Inglewood, because, I traveled there, and for me, I would say, had I not watched Insecure, I would be very surprised at what I saw, because I didn't go to the bougie Hollywood. I was in Hollywood, but it wasn't like as bougie. Like I would say Insecure is just the most, I think the greatest representation of what LA would be. It's chilled, it's low-key. This is what it looks like for a 20-something-year-old, how they navigate through life, the struggles that they have, trying to, progress career-wise. If you are successful in your career, there's something else that you ain't successful in, that you're trying to navigate, go through. Like personally, I would say, relationships-wise, I got it down. But it's like career-wise, I'm just like, yo, this is the ghetto. This is the ghetto.
No, it's such a mess. But it's also like, one of the consistent things about, like, one of my favorite themes with Insecure is growth. It's growth and friendships.
You better preach a whole word, girl. Come on, come through.
It's growth. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like with Issa's character, even Molly's character, you identify so much with their growth in personality, in their careers, in their relationship. It's just like the intricacy of the story is growth.
But also, would you not say, while there is growth, a lot of people, which is such a relatable experience, as much as a lot of people grow, they also sometimes sabotage themselves and they move backwards. I would say like Molly is such a prime example of someone who we've seen her grow. We really have, in her relationships, and especially with her relationship with Andrew. But it's almost like as she was growing, she was also taking steps backwards, not willing to compromise. And it's like, it's so frustrating, but how real that is. So sometimes one's growth trajectory is not like a straight line up. It's literally like, you know what I mean? But you learn from those experiences. So you would say your favorite theme is growth?
It's growth and it's the friendship. Lawrence and everything, that's relationships, and it's so, imperfect that it's perfect. But the friendship, if anything, season 4 highlighted is that the main thing that Issa needs in her life is her friendship.
Wait, I'm going to need you to ask you a question. Because I don't know how you felt.
I could feel something was coming.
The last scene of season 4 where Issa and Molly meet up, I was upset. I was like, you guys are doing this thing again. You guys have a toxic friendship. Am I the only one who sees this? Like, what do you think about the last scene? I was very upset about the last scene. I'm not happy with that. What do you think?
I'm like two-minded about it because I'm all for sentimental friendships. Like that's the only reason why Issa and Molly have, existed for so long, is that they're sentimental about the amount of time that they've had together. But if Molly does not recognize the hurt that she's caused Issa, and Issa does not recognize the hurt that she's caused Molly, then there's going to be that toxicity. But just them sitting down and knowing at that point that they both fucked up, they're both at like dire straits in their relationships, not, like their career. It seems like they have some kind of semblance of a career, some idea of what they want to do. But there's that one aspect that has created this giant hole in their lives. And for me, I think it's the friendship. And
I
even
agree with
though
that.
like season 4 has been messed up and you can classify that as a toxic relationship, but if they're not willing to give up on each other, then who's to say that that's the end?
I mean, that is fair. That is a fair argument. But when I went back and I watched, I realized, no, man.
We all have that interrogation. I wish we could do that for real life.
Right? Like, go back and just look. Because these people have been having the same fights in different ways since season 1. Because when this big fight happened in season 4, I was like, where is this coming from? And then when going back and watching it, I was like, okay.
Because they never addressed it. They never ever called each other out on it until the season.
And rather, what they call each other out on is so Issa will call Molly on a bull. Molly would call out Issa on a bull, instead of saying, this is what I've done. And this is this is where I am. I feel like they're not being vulnerable with each other, but they're being vulnerable with everybody else except each other. And that's why I was upset about that last meeting. It's because, Issa just found out that Lawrence is a whole baby father.
I'm so upset about that. I'm so
like they just had to. And then with Molly, it seems like she's broken up with Andrew. And once again, what has brought them together is their downfalls, as opposed to what brings them together is their wins. And I think Issa's block party, like, that should have been a win that brought them together. But now they're being brought together by these bad things that have happened. And so I'm just like, I wish you guys met under different circumstances. And when you did, things didn't really, I don't know. I'm upset.
You're so right. You actually are so right about, like with the block party, they should have been celebrating each other's wins. And they've never done that.
Never.
So, it's like this underlying jealousy of each other's lives.
Which I don't understand. Maybe Molly is
kind
jealous.
of like yin and yang.
Yes, maybe Molly is jealous of, Issa's ability to like maybe keep a relationship or something. Adapt.
Yeah.
And then maybe Issa is jealous of, Molly's career, because Molly is thriving wherever, even though she's got like drama everywhere.
She's stable. Yeah.
She is a stable person. She's got money back. Her fashion in season 4. Listen.
I could cry.
Listen, as much as we were hating
every single piece.
I literally want to go to Mexico because of Insecure. I'm literally, once Corona is done, Mexico is my destination, because wow. And what I love, that episode was it produced? I think it was produced by Lawrence. I don't know, I think it's Jay.
Yes, Jay Ellis.
By him. And then our favorite, I don't know if it's your favorite episode, but it's absolutely my favorite episode, where it's Lawrence and Issa on a date. That was, girl. That episode was produced by Kelly. I don't know her real name either. I'm just like, the talent these people have. And I love that they had the opportunity to do that. This series is just great. Everything about it.
It also just shows you, like with Jay Ellis and Kelly directing episodes, it just shows you how, as a creative, you're not homogenous. You're not just going to be this one thing.
But
you're not also just an actor.
Yes, but it points to the production or the people in charge allowing for people to grow in these spaces. Because I'm pretty sure as an actor, you watch, you learn, and you're able to grow. But sometimes people aren't given that space or that opportunity. So from what I've seen, it's like what Issa is doing and the production that she's, made has really allowed for a space for, collaboration. Like, honestly, I just want to meet them one
season
day.
4 was beautiful.
Honestly,
absolutely beautiful.
I want to shake their hands and say, you know what? You guys are awesome. Okay. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really,
No,
really
I love that. But going back to like Molly and Issa's relationship, I also wanted to say, one of the faults that I don't like about Molly and that I see with a lot of people, like I know this from my friends, just the way we project, that your relationship has to be this main thing. Your relationship with a man or a woman has to be the only thing that governs every single decision that you make. So Molly does not cherish her friendship as much as she cherishes the idea.
You are preaching a whole word today, girl.
Of a wedding, of a marriage, and for me, that's the downfall of the relationship, is that Issa comes through all the damn time. She is a good friend. Well, she tries to be a good friend. She may not be all together, but at least she's there for Molly.
And that's the reality.
Molly, on the other hand, will drop Issa like a hot brick.
Which she did.
That's what she did.
And it's like,
she did that.
It's crazy, like what you're saying, but it's so true. And I also think a part of that is because they're trying to guard this thing so much because they've never had it, not realizing that it's that guarding that essentially is destroying the relationship, And I also think, like, as much as I understand where Molly was coming from in that episode where she was accusing Andrew's brother of not seeing that whole situation as being racist.
Oh, she
whatever.
was completely right.
Yeah, no. Of course.
She's feeling that way.
No. Let's not laugh because. But to be honest, we actually didn't see that lady ask for. We didn't. It just, the scene was just them getting their towels and walking away. We don't know. But if it was the case, 100%. But I really don't like the way she reacted to, Andrew's brother. It's like, if you're planning on being with this person for the rest of your life, you're going to have to put a little respect on the brother. You can say easily, you know what? It seems like we can agree to disagree. But I know what I know and I saw what I saw. And if you don't agree with that, that's fine. You can play devil's advocate all you want, but I know what I know. And that's it. She didn't really have to.
This is just the beauty of it, because you could see exactly what was wrong with Issa and Molly's friendship by how Molly reacted to Andrew and his brother. Absolutely. So after that episode, where she didn't want to meet up with him and everything, it's just that stubbornness and unwillingness to compromise, to be the person that's like, you know what, I do know you made a mistake and you kind of blamed me when the situation was this, and I told you that it's this. Instead of, communicating in a way that's going to teach somebody, that's going to help inform them and make better decisions, you attack them. And then you ignore them and ghost them and act as if Andrew is not going to, talk to his brother. That's just unreasonable.
You are telling the truth. And for me, what I realized is that she does, like, that character trait of hers is consistent. Consistent at work, consistent at in a relationship, consistent in a friendship. And so that's why I can always be like, you know what? Molly is wrong in this. She really is. Like, I'm not trying to hate.
And even how she treated her dad and her mom.
That's not your marriage.
Your mom forgave your dad.
That's not your marriage. Yes, you can be mad. You really can. You have every right to be mad. But what? Like, even the way she treated Dro, even the way she treated Jared. Molly's a problem.
And she knew what she was getting into with Dro.
Hello.
I know, like, that situation might hurt. It might really, really hurt when you think that you're worthy. But that's just you putting yourself in a situation where you're undermining your own worthiness. You're being used. You're allowing yourself to be used and then complaining that you're being used.
Period. You decided that that's what you wanted. You knew that this would never be an exclusive. The man is
He's
married.
not gonna drop his wife for you.
And he will drop you for his wife at any second, at any moment. That scene where she was in the bath and the wife, and he's like, oh, it's Candace, I gotta go. And she got mad. That's his wife. What you mean, girl? Oh, Lord. Anyway. So I'm going to do a little something where I'm going to ask you to pick a team. And then you need to let me know why we're picking a team. So obviously the first is Team Issa and Team Molly. And we went into a whole rant about Molly. So I wonder who you're going to pick. But anyway, I'll give you the opportunity.
It's definitely Issa. Team Issa all the way.
Why Team
Issa? She's a hot mess.
She's done things, you know. She's a hot mess. Listen.
She's a hot mess and I love it. I love that she's not all together because I'm not all together. You know, there's no true storytelling in that to be those perfect Stepford wife type of woman. It just doesn't work for me. So she's a hot mess, but the fact is she's so loyal. She's so innocent and unabashedly cool and funny and beautiful. You can't help but love. Oh, she's so beautiful. Like she doesn't even have makeup, and she glows. Oh, like she just glows. So yeah, and also the hair. It's funny that you mentioned that. I saw an article about the hair in Insecure, and I actually thought it was such a new insight. Is that it didn't seem like an effort. It was there. It was beautiful, and it was, done in such beautiful styles and stuff. But the hair, I'm gonna send you that article because it was actually quite.
Girl, send it through. I'm gonna put the link in the description box so that everybody can.
It's just like you think about other shows that you've watched and how for Black women hair is such an important thing. And in Insecure, it wasn't given that space to be like, oh my God, why is she blonde? Oh my God, why is she wearing Indian hair or whatever? It was just.
It was her.
Yeah, it was just her personality. It was like another character in the entire thing. So that's what they said in that article. But anyways, Issa is a hot mess. But in each and every single episode and season, you see her change or develop and recognize. She acknowledges things that she's done or little mistakes that she's made. I mean, even with Jared, when she found out that Jared, didn't just ghost her just because he had Nathan. That. Was it Nathan? Yes, Nathan. Jared is Molly's.
Yes.
Yes, with Nathan, when he told her that, she didn't just be like, "Oh, but I hate you because you."
She was completely understanding, and that was such an important scene. A whole Black man talking about being vulnerable about his mental illness. I love Insecure. Okay, next.
The Team Issa.
Team Issa, I agree with you 100%. Okay, next team is, who do we want for Issa? Team Lawrence or Team Nathan? Take it all into consideration, including everything that has happened in season 4.
Oh my God. I spent the whole of season 2 and season 3 hoping that Issa and Lawrence can, just
who wasn't
go back together. Just they lost and just find each other. I mean,
there was
season 4 happened.
There was the one scene where after, was it Coachella? Yes, I think it was after Coachella. Tiffany and her went
to the convenience store,
and they bumped into. I was like, Lord, it's happening. It's happening. And then
I actually paused that and I screamed and I was like, girl. And then I watched the funny cut that they did of him banging all the people, and then
Lawrence looked so good. I was like, what? Boy, okay. So team for Issa? Which team, girl? You gotta make up your mind.
I don't know Nathan enough. I don't. But I think, I'm so annoyed because we had this whole conversation about like why Lawrence, and for me it's always Lawrence. Like I don't think that a baby and a baby mama is gonna like change anything. Change how you feel about
this is literally what I was saying to people. I said, guys, as much as it's like really a big deal, like a baby and a baby mama is not a deal breaker. These two are soulmates. Stop it with your shenanigans. They belong together, okay? They do.
Exactly. And like, even though Nathan is a good guy and they've been vibing and they had such an amazing relationship.
Woo!
And he's ambitious. He's really ambitious. He's and he cares about her. But the difference is that Lawrence and her have had it goes back to that same thing I said. It's just being sentimental about a relationship and being sentimental about a friendship.
And they've both grown. Lawrence has grown.
Yes. And the only reason why I choose Lawrence is because you can see it hurts him just as much as it hurts Issa. In that scene where he said that canola oil said
condola virus. Just constant.
It hurt him, and you could see it. But also, like, he's very clear in his decision that he chose Issa over her. It would be a very sticky situation if, like, they went on that date thing and then he called her out afterwards and was still seeing her, which was my fear. I was really like, I was thinking, oh, he's gonna do what Issa did to him as revenge. But Lawrence is not that type of person. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
So we are Team Lawrence all the way, aren't we?
Team Lawrence.
Hallelujah. All right, next for Molly, Team Andrew or Team Jared? Do you remember Jared?
Yes. Andrew.
Really?
Andrew can put up with her crazy. Like, he survived the longest time with Molly. And she behaved herself. She was really, well, up until the point when they went to Mexico. But you could see that he could manage her a lot better than Jared. Yeah, I didn't really, I liked them together, but I didn't really see them as a long-term couple.
Weirdly, I thought Jared was the one.
Really?
I think firstly, I don't know. I just think that Molly just didn't give him a chance due to double standards. Like, the idea that he slept with the man, but he's sure that he's not, gay or bi. And she slept, I don't know if she slept or kissed a woman, but that was not a problem. For me, I'm like, first of all, double standards. Why is it okay for you to...
Yeah, it's double standards. And it's also like, people should get rid of that prejudice.
It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, am I with you or not? And
exactly.
And also that night that it was Issa's birthday, and they went to go to that open air cinema, and how like Molly was so happy that she proved it right that Jared was with a man when it was actually his brother. And he was like, so with this.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that immaturity that Molly has. Jared, quite honestly, Jared doesn't deserve a person like Molly.
Okay,
so that's
fair
why
enough.
I don't say him and I don't ship them.
Okay,
but,
fair
enough. With Andrew and her, she also didn't want to give him a chance at the beginning. She was just using him at that moment. But then their relationship kind of worked because they could manage each other's.
No, not they could manage. He could manage. And he held himself. There were so many
episodes. The fact that he gave her a second chance after that terrible date that they went on. Yeah.
Woo!
But
okay, Andrew.
That's a Team Andrew.
I don't know. I think I would have loved to have seen if Molly gave Jared a chance, because to me he
I
seemed
think
like
Jared is a great guy.
He's a great
He's
guy.
amazing.
He
But
honestly,
he doesn't deserve like somebody
Andrew
constantly
does?
doubting his sexuality.
Fair enough.
No, because she never doubted his sexuality.
Okay,
but
fair
with Jared, it's always going to be this constant thing because she's not getting rid of her prejudice. She's such a stubborn person.
It was terrible. I love Jared. He was like the one,
Yeah.
because after Jared was the like Dro, and then the dude who played as Jadena played the guy. I don't know his name in the.
Yes. Yeah,
That
before
guy-
Jared, she was like dating intellectual
Sterling
business
came
type.
around. Sterling was also there, and I was like, it's not. Like the pots are not being done. Like
it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy of what you idealized as a man that you want. So Molly saw that she's a successful woman. She deserves a successful man.
That's why she got into the League. Is it called the League? That dating app, the League. Oh, anyway.
So gross.
Next and final one: Team Tiffany or Team Kelly?
No. Why are they separated? They're a team. They're a tag team.
Nah. You gotta pick one. Who you picking?
Kelly.
There we go.
Kelly.
I would have been really sad if you
said
Tiffany.
Tiffany is cool, and she's dealing with her own thing, and she's living the life that she wanted with her man and her kid, and she's got her issues and stuff, and it was such a vital episode, actually.
I think it was an important episode because it finally shows her outside of her pretending to be perfect. That's my biggest problem with Tiffany.
Exactly. She was too perfect.
Exactly.
She's like, oh, I love my man is this, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, she's great.
And she was always like, amazing, yes. She always was put together. And then we saw her like raw. We saw who she really was and how she was battling, keeping up with this persona.
Yes. So the last episode, that was great. And then also in the episode where they went to the store, the convenience store after Coachella, where she sat in the car, and for the first time, like you saw like a real side of her, which I enjoyed. But Kelly, all day, every day.
The reason why I choose Kelly is because she's the glue. She pulls people back, and she's so real with them, and she's, it's this honesty I appreciate, is that she can see through the bullshit, and she's like, Issa, you can hear. This is what you're bad at. And she's flawed and she's messy, but
she is
out of everyone, she's got her shit together out of everyone.
I also loved how they showed her at her workplace when she was helping Issa with her like credit score and everything. I love that. She's successful. She's doing her thing. She's with whatever man she wants to be with, living her best life. Like, I love Kelly.
I love
Her humor is unmatched. That episode at the block party where she was keeping up with British accents, I died. I was like, this woman is unmatched. She's brilliant.
So unapologetic. She's free, and I think that's everything we should aspire to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Kelly is the one.
She really is. Girl, so if you have any final thoughts, share with us before I close this wonderful episode. I wish we could chat for days, but all things must come to an end. Do you have any final?
Just like for everyone else that's watching this, Dimple and I have had like essays sent to each other about how we feel about Insecure. So
Listen,
this is like,
you know what? I believe in the power of like speaking and manifestation. One day we're just going to sit down with the writers of Insecure, and we're just going to have chats for days with them, because we have
I will cry.
Listen, we have picked this series back to front to back, watched it. How many times have you watched it?
You're gonna have to play this for them, because I'm gonna be speechless. I can't speak.
Listen, I'm just gonna tag Issa and be like, listen, we are big fans.
We love you.
We will fly out to wherever you are just so we can chat about Insecure. That's what we're gonna say. I'm literally gonna do it.
I'm sure she's getting fan mail like this, but like I'm this close to penning a letter. This close.
Just so that you can know how serious you are.
We should collab on a letter. We should collab on a letter and send it off.
I'm there with you. We'll collab
That's
on the
our
letter.
Sonia Day.
We'll spam her. We'll spam her and just be like, we just want to talk about Insecure. That's all we want. We just want to. Anyway, Shveta, thank you so much for joining me today on this episode. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Go watch Insecure again, just so you can see what we're talking about. You're talking to two people.
It's like a big movie.
Yes, you're talking to two people who've watched this series more than 3 times. Okay, we know what we're talking about. Okay, go watch it. It is on Showmax. It's on Showmax for those of you who are in South Africa. The rest of you, I don't know how you're gonna find it, but watch it, guys. Until next time and the next episode. Bye.